Willie D. Live.
Once I knew that I was smart, oh man, you wasn't gonna stop me. And that's what it is. It's like coming into yourself where you find out who you are, and I'm like, wait a minute, y'all were derailing me from my purpose. Now I know what my purpose is. So I never trusted those systems ever again because they destroy our people.
How demoralizing was it to you to have your own teachers tell you that you wasn't good enough to make it to college? And how long did you stay in special ed?
I don't even remember, man. I didn't even keep track of what I was in or what I wasn't.
Were you in there for a year or two, or you remember most of your academic career as an under?
It was a big part of like elementary school mostly.
So it was that experience that made you think that you was like really not that intelligent. Them reiterating that to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I just think that generally speaking, that system it's a racist system, man. It does not bring the best out of any of our kids, man. You look at the stats on black boys in public schools, it's terrible. So I don't remember exactly how I was classified in certain sectors. I do remember being in special ed for a while, but I didn't even know what it was. I just know they were like, okay, you should be in this class because you're not as smart as the kids that are in this class.
Did you ride the short bus?
No, I did not ride the short bus.
Why is that funny, man? The short bus.
Well, the short bus is funny.
Did you ride the short bus?
I didn't ride the short bus. No.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, man, y'all don't come after me, man. Don't come after me. I'm a journalist. Okay, so let's talk about the de-dollarization that's going on right now. You got China, you got India, you got Brazil, you got South America, you got Russia, all pulling away from the U.S. dollar, and they're trying to start their own centralized dollar. Yeah. What do you think about that? And how is that going to impact Americans?
So far, let me just say this. China and Russia and all, they've been trying to get away from the dollar for a long time. Are they going to succeed at some point? They might. I think that as you process this, I would avoid the alarmist thinking of like, okay, this means the dollar's going straight to hell. There are reasons to be concerned, though. For example, during the pandemic, we spent way too much money. The debt levels of this country are unsustainable. In 1960, if you measured U.S. debt to GDP, which is almost like a debt to income ratio for regular people, it was like maybe 50%. Now it's like 120%. And what's coming up actually is the Democrats and Republicans, the idiots we have in Congress, are going to be fighting over the debt ceiling. And so basically it's just this big game of economic chicken that they play. And usually one side yields and they eventually come to a compromise. There may be a point where they don't come to a compromise, which means the economy kind of goes off a cliff a little bit because the U.S. government starts defaulting on its interest payments. That is a significant problem, right? Now, in terms of other countries moving away from the dollar, this has been in motion for a long time. The United States, one thing that the U.S. has done well in terms of money and capitalism is we just have some of the best financial markets on the planet, just the most liquid, most everything. So even when people try to move away from the dollar, it's going to be very, very hard for them to do that. So it doesn't mean they won't set up alternative economies. What they're basically forming, you talk about BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is they're doing what I've encouraged black people to do. They're just forming another economic gang. Most economics in economic warfare is gang affiliated. You have Apple. Apple is a gang. Like what I call it a gang? Well, because they got a bunch of people working toward the same goal. They have a code of conduct. They have the same little logo, the same mission, right? They have rules. If you break the rules, you get kicked out of the gang. So effectively, NAFTA was an economic gang. We got together Russia and Mexico and Canada and said let's create a coalition, right? A lot of the black community struggles economically because we don't always have a gang. Like your family's supposed to be your first economic gang. That's where everybody in the family.
Man, stop.
What?
Say that again, man. Say that again.
Your family is your first economic gang.